Welcome back to the Bootleg Corner. It is yet another review of the latest episode of House of the Dragon. Well, remember episode 5 ended with Rhaenyra and Jaehaerys trying to find a solution to their riderless dragons, but now it is a new day in King's Landing. There is a new king, even if it's just the regent, but there are new rules in play. Gone are the days of Aegon when he just attended the council meetings while others decided the best course of action. Now Aemond is in charge. He's not even letting these guys speak their thoughts. He's putting his foot forward, interrupting them, stating orders, and not even asking for comment. I mean, this is as dictatorial as it can get. You can clearly see the looks on their faces. They are not used to this. I mean, I don't even think anyone on that table has endured that kind of treatment before, because I mean, going back to the days of Viserys, who was king for a long while, Viserys was a calm type who took advice. Same thing when Alicent was regent. Even if Otto Hightower did most of the work, their opinions were very much valued. Down to Aegon when he took the throne. Aegon's was even easier because they ruled and not him, because he did not have any clue about governance. I mean, what Aemond has done in this episode is like when you find someone just cooking, you just carry a large bucket of cold water and just pour it inside the food. Aemond has cooled down whatever ambitions, whatever objectives, whatever decisions they had control over. Aemond has thrown all that away. Now, if the small council hadn't recovered from this still beginning, someone else, and by someone else, I mean Alicent, has been having a seriously bad run of form. In the past few days, she has been like Joel Embiid in the second round, failing to get her objectives, first to become regent, and now Aemond has kicked her off the small council, telling her it is time to follow domestic politics. Now, I talked about how difficult it would be for any schemers to get into Aemond's ear, most especially Larry Strong, who found things way too easy with Aegon. Larry Strong had always wanted to get the job of Hand of the King, and I said it before that he would have to fight Otto Hightower for it, but Aegon prevented that when he gave the job to Criston Cole. Now Larry's got named as Master of Secrets, and I thought that would keep him content. I mean, at least he had a seat on the table and the king's ear, but now we know that that was not enough for him. I said he was going to find it hard to do that with Aemond in charge, and in this episode he thinks he has concocted the perfect scheme to replace Criston Cole as Hand of the King, and even trying to pretend humility because he thinks he's getting the role, but Aemond shows him he's 2 steps ahead. Larry instead gets the job of arranging Otto Hightower's return to King's Landing to get the job of Hand of the King. And I mean, talk about best laid plans falling flat on their face. Aemond gave Larry no chance to whistle in. He has seen the playbook from afar and he set him down very harshly. Larry Strong then goes crying to Aegon, offering him words of encouragement and reaffirming his loyalty, even as he calls Aegon brainless in the process. Next up is in Dragonstone. Rhaenyra has searched through family histories and found a common ancestor with Ser Steffon, who was a member of a Kingsguard. She tells him and her council about the Dragon Rider test to see if they can increase their ranks, and even with protests, Ser Steffon says he is the man for the job and he will do anything in defense of his queen. Daemon is still in Harrenhal in a strange land with no friends, unsteady allies, no army, and no rulebook to follow. He is basically making up rules and having confusing dreams and hallucinations, so much that he's confusing the physical world with his imaginations. It is to the point where he's decided to leave Harrenhal to get some peace of mind, and then he meets Alice Rivers, who had given him a potion to drink previously and may just be the cause of his dreams. But he asks for help with the difficulty of a proud man that he is, and she tells him to do nothing for 3 days and he'll hear results. Well, within 3 days, Lord Grover dies after being sick for a while, and we learn that Alice had gone to help him stay alive. So if you connect the dots, most likely we will see a pattern that shows that Lord Grover did not die willingly. Now, Alice is a mysterious character. She sees in between worlds, speaks in conjecture and riddles. We do not know what she does or who she serves, and we do not know why she knows more than anyone else in this story, but I believe she will be an important character in this movie. Now back to Dragonstone. Ser Steffon is taken to the dragon pit to burn the sea smoke, and we can see the fear palpable in his eyes. One thing about claiming a dragon is showing fearlessness, no matter how scared you might be on the inside. But it is clear that no one shows Ser Steffon that manual because he's vibrating like a Tiger generator. C-Smoke is even giving him the grace, turning to his side to let him mount, but Sir Stefan is so scared. C-Smoke just flips and scatters the whole thing. I mean, look at it this way. He's disrespected by this attempt, even though he's giving them a chance. He has been starving for months for a mate, and they bring him Stefan, some half-blooded guy with Varillian blood so faint that it is nearly faded. He just had to burn his ass for the insolence. Now Rhaenyra, her desperation has led yet another of her people to death. It is not a good look, and even as she questions herself, her allies will also be questioning her and their decision to join forces with someone who clearly doesn't have the military strength to back them. Now, I talked about this, how this will be a learning curve for her and how she will need to learn ruthlessness because she has been way too passive for the condition that she finds herself in. So Rhaenyra is beating herself up inside. She doesn't need another person crowing in her ear about what has happened, and otherwise why she slaps this member of her council. But there's some good news for Rhaenyra. The spy sent by Mysaria is in King's Landing, planting seeds of rebellion. The blockade has been harsh on the people, and the only food they get from fishing. Meanwhile, they are watching fat lambs passing through their streets up on the way to the king's palace. Rhaenyra even adds more fuel to this by sending food on a boat with her flag so they know where it came from, and it causes a small riot because everyone is fighting for such little amount of food. Now, unfortunately for Alicent and Helaena, they chose that day to go pray in the temple, and it's only through luck and swift action of the King's Guard that they survived the mob. So all the goodwill that they had gotten from the mother of Jaehaerys after they paraded his body in the streets, where the people were crying for Helaena, calling Rhaenyra a murderer of babies, has been lost because now they have a food blockade, meaning no food or medicine, and the foolish Aegon had chosen that delicate moment to hang all the palace rat catchers in public. Next up is Rhaenyra in the Vale. It is clear that her and her brothers are not wanted. After all, they bargained one dragon for protection, but the dragons they brought are still babies. But maybe there is still hope because Laena finds evidence of a large dragon in the Vale, so maybe there's a chance to claim it before she leaves for Pentos, but we'll have to see if that happens. Now, C-Smoke has left Dragonstone after that mess with Sir Stefan. I mean, if they can't find a serious candidate for him, he is going to do it by himself. His chosen candidate is no other than Alicent of Hall, illegitimate son of Corlys Velaryon. Now, before this, Alicent had been talking to his brother Adam about wanting more, about the life they could have had if they were acknowledged by Corlys Velaryon, but Adam has told him he should forget about that life and do something else with his business. As we see, Adam takes his own advice seriously because he's shaving his head to remove any connection or reminder of his Targaryen roots. But then it is C-Smoke out on the hunt in the hills, and he sniffs out Alicent and chases him down, and in effect the dragon claims the rider instead of the other way around. So now that C-Smoke has claimed Alicent, does that boost him up in Corlys' eyes? Maybe. At least now he has a reason to acknowledge him as his son. And what does Alicent do? Now that he has the world at his fingertips, he could simply just fly away from Westeros and go somewhere else, or if he decides to stay, he is a valuable asset to either side. So in the coming episodes, we'll find out what he chooses. Rhaenyra and Mysaria get to talking about their fears and flaws and what the future holds, and we finally hear Mysaria's side-life story, and it's a reminder of just how far she has come and how much nastiness she has had to endure through no fault of hers. From working in a whorehouse to owning the place, running a spy network, and then having the ear of the queen. I mean, that is just outstanding. Rhaenyra listens to her and maybe realizes that comparatively, her life has been peaches and cream for the majority of it. She goes to comfort Mysaria, and then things get spicy, and we know that there's an angle there waiting to be explored. But whatever joys are available in that relationship, we'll have to wait for later because a report comes in that C-Smoke has been seen with a rider flying in the air. Rhaenyra doesn't even wait for anybody to counsel her about going out on her own. She takes out her dragon and goes to see about the issue. So in conclusion, Aegon's life is now in danger, and he knows he's in a tight spot because Aemon tried to kill him. He knows his life is in danger, and he knows Aemon now has all the power of the throne behind him. It's going to be incredibly difficult to take back his throne because of his physical condition, and he might have to scheme a way to kill Aemond if it comes to that. There's a new dragon rider in the picture, and what does he do? Who does he join? And what does he ask for it? Daemon finally has a clear sight at the Tullys. The young boy is now Lord Paramount, and we'll see that the delay he had to endure is finally over. So we'll see if Daemon finally plays negotiations either roughly as usual or tries a softer approach. There's another white dragon in the Vale, and Laena may have ideas for it. Does he claim it, or does she die trying? So that's a wrap on this episode. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe. Comment your thoughts in the comment section. Keep it locked in, and I'll be back.